I look a hot ass mess right now, but I am gonna film a quick book haul. I say quick, there are quite a few books here, and surprisingly most of them are from Big W. Big W, like, it's department store in Australia. I really thought most of these, like, that have just been sitting on my floor piling up around my bed, would have been from Amazon, because that's a guilty thing I do. Give all of my money to Jeffrey Bezos. Anyway, but actually a lot of these are from Big W, so I don't even know where to start. There are so many books. Okay, we're gonna be strategic and we're gonna go from the largest books to the smallest, so when I stack them on my floor there's like a solid foundation. Isn't that sad? Cool, let's just jump into it. The first book I have is The Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. This is the sequel to These Hollow Vows. My issue, and I'm kind of regretting getting this copy, I think it was like $16 at Big W, is that I have These Hollow Vows in the beautiful hardcover with the illustrated cover, and I purchased this one, and I know I'm eventually going to buy the hardcover anyway, so don't know why I got this, but it was a choice for sure. Next I picked up Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've basically read a lot of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books prior to The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so I read all of her all of her adult romances, contemporaries. I haven't read Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones, or Malibu Rising, so I'm gonna have to work my way through those, but we will get to this one eventually. I think it's about a tennis star. Cool. And I think that this somehow connects to the previous two books, like they have characters in common, so that's interesting, I guess. I'm also sick, if you can't tell. Then I bought the final book in the Inheritance Games series, so this is The Final Gambit. I don't really like these covers, but I have the first two books in these covers. They all look perfect together on my shelves. I'm not going to read the back because I haven't read the first two books yet. I bought them as they came out so I could binge read them, so I'm not doing a very good job describing these books because, to be perfectly honest, I'm not feeling very well. Is this honey lemon tea? No, it's coffee. I'm such an idiot. Moving on. I found this at Big W, and please, like, if you're Australian and into the indie romance author scene, this surprised me. I found 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole at Big W. It was $12. I've been trying to get my hands on this, well, not actively, but I've looked around here and there to try and get this book, and every time, like, Book Depository, it was like $35 for a paperback. Amazon, eventually it was like $26 for a paperback, whatever. But this at Big W for $12. Like, I'm not actively interested in reading this book right now. Like, I'm not going to start it today. But for $12, it's going to live on my shelf. Now, I'm pretty sure, I don't want to spoil this for anyone, but, and this isn't a confirmed spoiler because I haven't read this book, but I'm pretty sure there is a character death in this one. Like, that is a big plot point. So, heads up for that. Next, I always ask myself, why do I never have money? Why am I so poor? I know the answer. This is the answer. The answer is a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares. So the problem with this book is that I already own a copy that I haven't read. That I saw this cover. She's so cute. Look at her face. Look at the flowers. She's beautiful. That I bought another copy because I wanted this cover instead of the previous cover. But the previous cover is still really cute. It's purple. So if I read the book and I enjoy it, will I keep both copies? Maybe. If I read the book and dislike it, what am I going to do? Keep the pretty copy and give the other cover, the other copy to one of my friends. Probably. We'll see. We'll see how I go. God, I'm so tired. We're not like even halfway through. We're not even close to being finished. So let's get into the next stack. Oh, these are actually, this stack is very interesting. We have got the exclusive cover of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I obviously already own it ends with us. But this cover is very beautiful, and I have a problem with buying books, and I have problems with buying multiple copies of Coho books. I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy the new covers of the Slammed series with the butterfly. I own that series already, but why not spend more money on them? Anyway, it ends with us. This is just the exclusive cover. It has an author Q&A, and it has an excerpt from one of her books that's already been released, so I don't really know what the point of that was. But this again was from oh, I haven't mentioned this because I'm terrible at what I'm doing, but all the books I've mentioned so far I purchased from Big W, and all the books I mention in the future will be from Big W until otherwise mentioned. So this one, cool. This book I didn't know was coming out. I heard nothing about it, and I think it's because this author has had like a really up and down sort of track record. So everyone knows The Hating Game. Have I read it? Of course not. Have I seen it? Definitely not. But everyone loved The Hating Game. Then Sally Thorne came out with, I think the next book was 99% Mine or something like that. Are they gonna have a list of her previous? Yes, 99% Mine. And everyone who read that book was just confused, because it was like, from what people said, you jump into the story at what feels like the 50% mark, and you've got no context to the past, and the current situation isn't making any sense, and the characters were annoying. So that was like a big flop. Then she released Second First Impressions, which I think people liked, but were like, it's fine. Like, they were pretty neutral about it. So I guess maybe that's why no one has been super pumped up for this Sally Thorne release, but I am very excited for it. It is Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match, and this is a Frankenstein retelling, I guess. Angelica Frankenstein is Victor Frankenstein's sister. So from what I gather, Angelica Frankenstein is looking for a man, but like she wants a man that she likes, and she's running out of people to date, to court her. And then her brother Frankenstein makes his monster, his human, and she's like, damn, this could be interesting. Like, let's see if I can get in with my brother's creation. And I'm not entirely sure where it goes from there. I think it's kind of a, can you force love, fate and destiny, and using the power of, I was gonna say using the power of God. I don't know what I meant. Maybe someone out there knows what I meant. I meant like becoming a god and using your power for that. Whatever. I have not heard anyone talk about this book yet, and I am so excited. If you guys don't know, which you probably don't, because this is my second video on this channel talking about books, I love Frankenstein, one of my favorite classics. And Kirsten White had that, I think it was The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, Gold. I love Frankenstein. It's a very interesting story. So people talk about this more. Read it. Tell me if it's good. That was a very long rant. Oh, this is going to be a long video. Cool. Next we have Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. People, I feel, are not loving Alice Feeney. They are thinking, like, I've heard a lot of people say that her books are like, they read one and it's okay, but they're hoping the next one's better, and then it's not, and then they hope the next one's better and it's not. I've only read, oh, what was it called? I Know Who You Are. I loved that book. I thought it was written, like, it hooked me. It hooked me. The chapters were short and snappy, and I loved that book. And I haven't read an Alice Feeney since, but I think I'm gonna like her. I think I'm gonna like her. All I know is that this is set around Halloween. That's basically all I know. They're like trapped on a private island, and the tide's going out, and they're gonna be stuck there for 8 hours, but one of them is a killer. I'm so tired. I am tired. Am I gonna cut this? I don't think I'm gonna edit this video, to be honest. Who has the time? Next we have The American Roommate Experiment. This is the sequel to The Spanish Love Deception, which I own and haven't read. My issue is that The Spanish Love Deception I bought from Amazon when it was still an indie published book, and now this is like a traditionally published book. Like, thanks Simon & Schuster for picking it up, but now my copies aren't gonna match. Yeah, not even close. The dimensions are completely different, but that is fine. We'll figure it out. Next I picked up Love on the Brain by Ellie Hazelwood. I'm so excited for this. I have a friend, shout out to Leda if she ever watches this, which she probably won't because no one knows this channel exists, but my friend Leda liked The Love Hypothesis. Like, she really liked it. She told me that I should read it, blah 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 blah. And I'm not the person that takes book recommendations generally. I'm kind of like, oh, thank you, and then I just will forget about it, never read it. But I actually listened to her, and Love Hypothesis changed my life. It was so good. So I pre-ordered this one and got it at Big W. And I think, like, I know it's a follow-up. Like, it's her, what do you call it? What's the American word? Her sophomore novel. I just don't know if these characters have anything to do with the previous characters, but I don't really care. Like, I want to read it. That it's not going to happen today. It could happen today. It's not going to happen today. I don't know if I'm in the mood for, like, a sciencey book. Lately I've been reading some really messed up taboo romances and stuff, so don't judge. Oh, that book is in the wrong pile. That's better. Okay, 2 more books from Big W, both by Ella Mays. Now, I'm pretty sure Ella Mays, yes, she wrote Marriage for One, which was indie published that I bought because I was recommended it, and I never read it. Are you seeing a pattern here? Buying books that I never read and probably never will. But I saw these 2 at Big W. They were $12 each, and I was like, okay, they look adorable. I have no idea what they're about, but we have got To Hate Adam Connor and To Love Jason Thorne, and they're just cute books. They look like the kind of crap that I will enjoy, and everything is matchy, so I just picked them up. And you know what? I'm so happy for all the indie authors who are getting their books picked up by publishers and are selling at department stores. Like, shout out to Ellie Hazelwood, although I think her first book was also traditionally published. Ruby Dixon's getting her Ice Planet Barbarian series everywhere. Fucking Tilly Cole. Who else have I mentioned today? Ella Mays. What's her face? Lauren Asher. We've got the Nicole and Christy Ritchie. Is that their names? Coho started indie publishing, I'm pretty sure. Well, she was. I'm pretty sure she published a few books independently until they were picked up. It's exciting. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Anna Hong? The Twisted Love series. I'm so proud of these ladies for working their way up to traditional publishing. I feel like my co-workers, I don't write. I want to be an author. I don't actually write. I'm lazy. But I feel like my friends, my bros are kicking goals. I'm very happy for them. That was the lamest thing I've ever said in my life. I need to learn to shut the fuck up. Moving on. Sorry, you're gonna get a close-up of my face while I readjust my books because they're all stacked on my bed. Oh, I hate life. Cool. So next, those were all the Big W books. So there was like 10, 12 Big W books. Big W is popping off with the new releases, the TikTok books. Love Big W. The next 2 books I bought at Savers. So Savers is a secondhand store in Australia. There's one, it's like a 40-minute drive from my house, but I generally have the most luck there with books. So I went there with my friend Bob, and I only found 2 books, but they were both books that, like, well, we'll get into it. The first one I found was Nerve. It was $2.50. Kind of like an older release now. It probably isn't even that old. It's probably like a 2016 release. Oh, 2012. I really loved this book. I liked the book. I liked the movie. I've read other books by Jean Ryan. Did not enjoy them as much. I love it. So Nerve, it's kind of like a high stakes game of dare. It's like truth or dare without the truth part. Like, you do dumb shit and you get prizes for it. And I really enjoyed it. So let me just, and I usually don't like Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts, but I actually didn't mind her in Nerve at all because it was just such an interesting concept to me. So I'm just going to keep rambling while I peel off the sticker. Oh, we got it. So $2.50. And the other book I picked up is Sherwood by Megan Spooner. I bought... No, it's on the other side of my TBR card. Love that for me. What was the... She had two... Hunted? Is the first one Hunted? Hunted. I've got Hunted by Megan Spooner. I bought secondhand as well. So this one was $3 and I was like, why not pick it up? We'll see how we go. Like, am I ever going to read it? Maybe not. But it's $3, so let's just get it while I can. Okay, so that's the two books I got from Savers. Now we're going to talk about the two books I got from Amazon. No, these are not from Amazon. I am an idiot. These are from Book Depository. They were both pre-orders and they both came on the same day. First we have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I don't care what anyone says. I have never disliked a Riley Sager book. I've never given a Riley Sager book less than a 3.5-star rating, I'm pretty sure. I think my least favorite was... What was the title? Something about lying. The Last Time I Lied was my least favorite. I just... whatever. Let's rank them while we're here. So, from least favorite to most favorite. The Last Time I Lied. Final Girls. Survive the Night. Lock Every Door. Home Before Dark. But I've loved them all. I've enjoyed them all. You know, a lot of people didn't like Survive the Night. I thought it was fun. I actually really liked that book. It was a slow burn thriller and I enjoyed it. But this one I think is getting a good response. No idea what it's about. Probably about a house that's across the lake. Cool. And my pre-order of Barbarian Mine by Ruby Dixon. So this is the 4th in the Ice Planet Barbarians series. I read these, I think I listened to them on audio on Scribd, and I might have gotten up to like book 5 or 6. There's a lot of books in this series. I highly doubt that they're going to publish, I don't want to say 20, but I'm pretty sure it's close to 20. It's like 18 or 21. I don't think they're going to traditionally publish those with new covers, like all of them. That is a lot of books to publish with new covers. But I really loved this series. They were just such ridiculous smut. They were really fun. And what I like about these paperbacks, oh, is that oh, fun. I know that these editions have like extras in them, but this one has a bonus story called Fathers and the bonus story Ice Planet Honeymoon. That is interesting. I need to go back through my other copies because I've got the first 3. I wonder what extras they have. But, like, look how beautiful she is. I love her. And hello, my god, my eyes look creepy. But yeah. So yeah, if you haven't read this series, like, I don't know who I'd recommend it to. Basically, it follows a bunch of human girls who get abducted by aliens, I think. I haven't read it for a while. And they're on this spaceship being controlled by these aliens who've abducted them. And then this spaceship crashes on an ice planet. And the girls are like, oh damn, the aliens who brought us here. I don't know if they're dead or they just disappear. But basically these women realize that they are alone in a spaceship on a planet that is not Earth. And the first book starts with oh fuck, what's her name? It'll say it in this one because this one has the people. Georgie. So the first book follows a woman named Georgie. She's the first one off the ship. She goes and explores. She encounters this like blue human looking alien with a tail and blue skin, which I think is like, I think it's meant to be like suede textured or something. I can't remember. And basically this planet is home to these ice planet barbarians. I don't remember what their like actual race name is. But this planet, they mate for life basically. Again, I don't remember what it's called, but like there's specific terms for everything in this series, but they mate for life. And the first Barbarian that Georgie meets is like, I think it's resonating. He's like, oh, I'm resonating for you. And she goes, okay, big boy, back up. What does that mean? And he's like, oh, well, you're my mate for life now. You have to stay here. You can't leave. It's very smutty. And it's so, I just love them. They were fun books. So maybe I should reread them because they're pretty short. So those two were pre-orders from Book Depository. This is going to be a long ass video. The next two books I got from Kmart. Kmart is trying really hard with their book game. Like, one of these books, I didn't even know had been released at department stores in Australia. The other one is kind of like the type of, but then, I don't know, maybe some people, okay. We're just going to get into it. We're just gonna get into it. The first book I bought from Kmart, which was probably like 2 months ago for $5 because it was on clearance, is She Gets the Girl. This is by Rachel Lippincott and Alison Derrick. So Alison Derrick was the co-author from 5 Feet Apart. This cover, I don't love it. I do prefer the hardcover cover where it's like the two girls standing next to each other. I think it's cuter. This is kind of what I'd expect at Kmart, like, especially in the YA section, something like relatively light, I think. This next book I did not expect at Kmart. So while Big W has more new releases and more book talk stuff, this book I was so surprised to see at Kmart. I walked past it 3 times before I realized what I was passing. And it is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. How did this get to Kmart? Because I saw this on Amazon and it was like, every time I looked at it, it was a pre-order because it wasn't due to be released. And then I'd look at it and it was like $18, $22, $19. I got it from Kmart for $12. I don't know how it happened. I was actually at Kmart looking for a different book. And when I found this, like, I'm looking at the shelves looking for this other book. And then I stopped and I'm like, hang on, I recognize that cover. What are you doing here? It's a really short book though. It's just under 300. But, you know, it was weird seeing it there. Next, I have a book that I literally got yesterday. My friends can all attest to this. We went to an all-you-can-eat Japanese restaurant yesterday. It's called Okami. It's in, like, multiple locations in Melbourne. Delicious. I ate so much food. Holy shit. They had really good they had really, really good steak. Anyway, so we parked our cars, and as we were walking towards the restaurant, I saw like this little bookshelf with a little like glass or plastic cover, like door in front of it. I'm not good at explaining things. I know what I'm thinking. You guys don't. But it was one of those like little free libraries where you can take a book or you can leave a book or whatever. And my friends were like, how does she manage to find books everywhere she goes? Like, we were going to a Japanese restaurant and I managed to find a free library on the way. It's a talent, really. So I actually found Call Me Avie by J.P. Pomer. I think they're an Australian or New Zealand author who resides in Melbourne. This is the debut novel, which, don't tell my friends, I already own. But this is an ARC. Like, oh, you're not going to be able to read it because it's backwards. It's an uncorrected proof. It's an ARC. Who's leaving an ARC in a free library? I feel like most people are very, like, everyone seems to want book ARCs and uncorrected proofs. So I yoinked it up. Like, maybe someone will want it in the future. I don't know. But it was $0. The last 2 books I got on Amazon. So first I've got Wild at Heart by K.A. Tucker. This is the sequel to, oh, who the hell knows, The Simple Wild. I only bought this book because I am going to be receiving a book box relatively soon. It's the Beyond the Pages box, and I think one of the books in the box is the 3rd book in the series, and I only owned the 1st, so I picked up the 2nd so that when I receive the 3rd I can read them all in one go. And the other one I picked up is called The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I only picked this one up because I'm part of a psychological thriller book group on Facebook, and everyone talks about Frida. Like, everyone talks about this author. People will be like, I've read 5 of her 20 books and I want more. Like, what's everyone's favorite? Just read this book, changed my life. Just read this book, holy shit, it's crazy. and I thought I would give it a shot because I like my psychological thrillers. So this is about a housemaid who goes to work in a house, and she's suspicious. I think she's going to be an unreliable narrator. I think she's going to try and kidnap people's children and seduce the husband and steal all their silver and sell it on the black market. But we'll see. Oh, you know what? I will check back in with you. Why am I so aggressive today? I will check back in with you guys after I read this book and see if any of those predictions come true. That she's trying to kidnap the children, seduce the husband, steal the silverware and sell it on the black market. I'll also chuck in a little trying to get rid of the wife, trying to kill the wife or whatever. Oh, I'm totally right. I just read a little bit in the back that's like, it's so easy to imagine what it would be like to be his wife if only she wasn't here. I'm so good at these. Look, I'm sure there are other books I've received or bought recently that I could talk about, but they're not sitting in my stack next to my bed. I just thought of one. Is it called Nothing More to Tell by Carrie and McManus? Her newest release. I bought that from BW as well, but it's sitting on the shelf with the other Carrie and McManus books I have because they're beautiful. So that is the end of this book haul. 26 minutes later. I hope you guys are as bored and tired as I am, because that's you know, I could have, why am I so dumb? If I had waited like 9 hours to film this video, I'd have 3 more books to talk about, because I have an Amazon package coming today because I have no self-control. Anyway, cheerio. In case you doubted me, look at them. I do not like how there's no silhouette at the top of Two Can Keep a Secret, and I am sorry that my little Bob's Burgers family are in the way, but they're all like uniform, except for that one. That is really, really going to bug me, that there is no silhouette at the top. Oh, you know what? You know what this angle is giving me? This angle is giving me bookshelf tour. Can I be bothered? Maybe. Maybe. Look at my little frog. That's an actual... This is going to upset people. This is an actual frog skeleton. I named him Roger. If you've seen Bo Burnham, you might understand that reference. But yeah. I think I'm going to call him Hamlet. Yeah, a bit wonky though. I've got names for most of my things. But... Well, this is Meowser. Here's my little crystal. He looks like a kitty. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Bye.